couldn't.
How is the new drug?
I'm still depressed.
They tried to put me on those things. I think they only work for women.
What are you saying?
By design. There's a history of hysterical women in Western culture, and there's always been some institution or another that either shuts women down by the use of chemicals, or in many Victorian cases, by the scalpel. It's how the society deals with the weaker gender. You are powerless. It freaks you out. You get anxious and depressed. And instead of society changing to accommodate women, they try to change women. Really, it's a power thing.
You might be right. I just feel so bad.
And if you act out and get angry, well, they say you're crazy, call you a bitch, and no one will fuck you. And you're left alone to a life in a refrigerator box by the side of an exit ramp.
Like my cousin Minerva.
Exactly. Or like those witches of yore. They were just ugly women that no one wanted to marry. So they gained a little power by banding together in the woods.
I would have done the same thing.
And then they kill you for it.
What do you do about your feelings of powerlessness?
Well, I tried the pills, tried the money. Now I just drink piss.
So you weren't kidding when you said that the other night at the Robin Roundtable for Ethnic Awareness of Patchwork Realities as they relate to material structuralism and retaliatory confinement?
I mean, I'm powerless. I know it. I might as well enjoy it, make a ritual out of it, you know?
I could never drink piss.
No?
I mean, if I was on a deserted island and had to drink my own, or maybe the piss of a close friend, well, sure, then. But to just drink piss as a ritual to level cultural differences, not only at a sexual level, but as it relates to power and identity? Wow, that's something. It's so sad. My mother was a doormat.
What time is it?
It's time.
Yeah, go let him in.
So you want me to play butler?
Rachel, I'm doing you a favor today by taking over. I was always the one to play butler. Today, you'll have to do it.
Okay, it's only fair.
You understand?
It's just, I worked so hard to become president of the Arts Council. I had lunches and dinners with so many hovering lechers and bitter twats. And I impressed everyone with my Ivy League sheepskin and my hair. And I worked my way up to the top, John, to the top, because I didn't want to be a doormat like my mother. And now you want me to play butler, and it just hurts.
Fine, you do the interviews, I'll do the door.
No, I can't face the needy throng today. You do the interviews, I'll let them in.
Good girl.
Faggot, you ever say that to me again, you're fired. You have to work in a bookstore. You'll be pouring people coffee. You'll live in a box next to the exit ramp. You hear me, query?
Yes, boss.
Good.
Would you let him in?
Of course. Just show me some respect. Even if the dosage isn't right, I deserve respect. I worked for it. I practically killed for it.
Hello.
Hello. Yukihiro Matsumoto.
Yes.
Oh, we read your piece, watched your piece, fingered your piece, loved your piece.
Thank you.
We were impressed, so we called you in.
Thank you.
Yuki. Can I call you Yuki?
Yes.
You're from Korea?
North Korea.
How awful.
It is not a good place.
All those big parades with tumbling children.
Like Nazi Germany.
I will never understand why the American government doesn't just kill that little freak.
Diplomacy.
Sure. Your name sounds Japanese to me.
It is Japanese.
How come?
My father is Japanese. He was stolen by the North Koreans.
Well, that sounds terrible. You don't present this knowledge in your multi-level, multifaceted piece. This sounds very interesting to me.
Is that what you want? Because I can change it.
Oh, no.
I thought it would be confusing to mix nations to present myself as more than one other.
No. We called you on the merit of your piece.
It's so contemporary.
It's so right now.
So painful.
To grow up.
In a large American city.
Surrounded by all those South Koreans.
And never feeling integrated.
And the love you had for, what was her name?
Sabrina Peck.
Of course, how did I forget that name?
She broke my heart.
You don't sound brokenhearted.
It's just his Asian way, John. You have to be more sensitive.
Is that your way? You don't show any emotion? Is that how you show emotion? By not showing emotion? Because that's really confusing.
You're stereotyping me?
No, Yuki. No.
Yukihiro Matsumoto, here at the Arts Council, we are completely committed to unheard voices. The pained mute, the shivering invisible, the shamed midget. The government gives us money to help people like you.
That's right.
You know,
I have it covered, Rachel. I said I have it covered.
Fine.
Yuki, this story of yours, which is so brilliantly conceived using paint, video, movement, and ancient string weaving, is fundamentally, and I use that word in its analytical sense, not in the middle of the country, Bible-thumping lunatic sense. This story fundamentally is about unrequited love, n'est-ce pas?
Do you speak French?
I understand that part.
So, in the end, it's about boy meets girl, boy almost gets girl, girl uses boy to copy math homework, girl has sex with the football captain instead of the dutiful Asian because the football captain is cute, popular, highly creative, teeming with original thought, and hung like a rhino. That's pretty much it, right?
As a jumping off point, the plot is in place pretty much as you described it, but there's so much more to it. I used the situation as a launching point for my investigation to physical art forms, to show how they're related, to point out that fundamentally, to use your words, that no matter how something is expressed using movement or film...
You mean video?
Yes, I mean video. And even the ancient art of string weaving. One can try to dissipate one's pain, running from activity to activity in this hyperkinetic American culture. Yet the pain is still the same, it never goes away. La blessure does not...
French for wound.
The wound does not heal. And though we try to cover it with salves and the pretty ointments that we manufacture, we are left running in circles forever in pain, simply because we as Koreans in this society are not taken seriously.
But you were Japanese.
I am Korean.
So in the end, what you're saying is the hot white chick won't fuck you, so you dance and weave in response.
John, you're being overly reductive.
Pipe down, Rachel, let the men talk.
Or with the new meds.
Women.
I hate being the foil in this transaction. I hate it. I hate being the dumping ground.
Not the dumping ground.
The hole, the vagina dump, the punching bag, the post for rusty refrigerators and hatred and anger and fear.
You're going to destroy your career with that attitude.
Yukihiro Matsumoto, if we went to high school together in some bad ethnic neighborhood that stunk of cabbage and beer, if we'd gone to that high school and you looked upon me, would you have wanted to love me? To hold me, to have your way with me?
Of course you would. Rachel, you're white. He wanted a white girl, didn't you, Yuki?
Not just any white girl.
Okay, not just any white girl. Certainly not an ugly white girl, or a white girl on psychotropic drugs, or a white girl with a hair lip. But a white girl, answer me honestly.
Yes, I would have preferred a white girl.
Because of her power, her beauty, the ability to destroy her genes with your dark, slanty ones.
I think I should leave.
Is that a question? Where's your force? Your manhood? No wonder that white girl didn't want to fuck you. I'm one of those Asian wimps. You look like a girl.
I must leave now.
But you don't want the prize.
You are insulting me.
But it's true, isn't it? If you were to have a baby, wouldn't your dominant traits dominate? And even if you are a wimp, wouldn't your skin, your hair, your eye color take over the guileless genes of what could have been a perfectly white baby?
I suppose so.
So how can I be insulting when what I'm saying is true?
It presumes that that would be less desirable.
Do you think people are neutral about this?
Everything comes out in the wash. It's hit me hard. I have to take a nap. Guys, good night.
Do you want to be in our camp or not?
How many hoops do I have to jump through?
Just one.
It seems I've jumped through more than one.
What hoops have you jumped through?
Your racism, your inability to see and feel my ethnic alienation and my pain, your dismissive tone about my work, your bullying.
You haven't jumped through any hoops, Wong. I respect you, so I did not want to insult your intelligence by mincing words. I am direct. The Arts Council hired me, well, Rachel hired me because I am direct. Rachel will eventually exhaust herself and will one day become a great administrative assistant or elementary school teacher, and I will have the Arts Council. So you have to take a little lip from me, consider it a compliment.
Thank you for being so frank.
It brings up so many things. Hot dogs, the Frankish Empire, Charlemagne, and all the disappointment dividing a kingdom brings.
Yes?
Can I be frank with you?
Of course.
Because I think you might be the perfect candidate, and I would like the Arts Council to award you this grant.
Sure, this is such an honor. It will bring my parents such honor.
Marvelous Asia and its parental code.
You would like to ask me then?
Yes, come a little closer.
I will do as you say.
Compliance is good. You're a good Asian. Now, what I want to ask you is the actual hoop, the only real hoop of the day, and if you answer yes and follow through, then you jump through that hoop. You understand?
I think so.
Fine then. With no further ado, here's the hoop, and here's my request. I would like to drink your piss. I would like you to take out your yellow hose, stick it in my mouth, and I would like you to release your piss down my throat so that I can swallow it. Oh, I'm so stunned. We're both adults. Give me your yellow river. I want to taste the ancient civilizations. I want to gargle the garlic. I want your rage and your shame in liquid form to fill my belly. Please, let me drink your piss.
You want to drink my piss?
Without that, the Arts Council will have to withdraw your application.
But I do not have to go to the bathroom.
We have water here.
But it would take at least 30 minutes to create urine, even if I drank the whole bottle.
I have all day.
I cannot do it.
Sure you can.
I could never piss in another man's mouth.
Who's the bigot now?
It's not about bigotry.
Everyone loves the gay man's home. No one loves the gay man.
I could not piss in a woman's mouth either.
Well, who could?
What I'm telling you is, I cannot urinate in the mouth of another human being, even if I drank this whole bottle of water. Even if I drank 2 bottles of water and we waited 30 minutes, I could never do what you asked me.
I want to feel your shame. I want you to shame me.
Why?
Because then we're united. There's no difference between us. Piss is piss.
Why must you have this transformation?
I run the Arts Council. I decide what art is. And for me, art is about destroying boundaries, about reaching across divides, about piss, sharing piss. I'm on my knees. Give me your piss.
Thank you. Goodbye.
I'll never get anywhere. Rachel, wake up. I'm thirsty. Next ricer comes in here. I should make him drink my piss. He could have had it all. Hey, Rachel, wake up, you drug addict. Who are you?
Heather,
You just walk in, just like that?
we have an appointment.
Oh, Heather, I'm so sorry. Did we keep you waiting?
Just a little while.
No, honestly, tell me how long.
If I have to be honest, my appointment was 20 minutes ago.
Really?
No one came to get me, so I thought I'd peek in.
Our butler's been asleep at the job. You know, women. Can't trust them, really. Always giving in to their emotional states. Never there with a pot roast when you need them. Oh, sure, they get a PR about hearth and home, but really, they aren't nurturing. They're criminals.
Very funny.
It would be if it wasn't so inconvenient.
You are kidding, right?
Sure, I'm kidding. So, Heather, I just have one little question about your piece.
Okay, shoot.
Wait, before I ask, why do you think the Arts Council should fund you?
It's all there in my grant proposal.
I read so many proposals, and my memory seems to be worsening from a lack of urea and crucial salts.
Well, as you of course know, the Arts Council helps the voices and visions that need a little boost in this world.
You need a little boost.
Yes, I do.
You, the privileged Jewish woman with a doctorate.
Exactly. In the ancient rainforest.
Ah, yes, your play about the Amazons. Hasn't that been done before?
Not how I tell it.
Yeah, the whole hack off the boobs so the bow and arrow has a place to rest against the body. The island of Lesbos, time travel to Auschwitz. Do you really believe Nazi Germany was anti-feminist?
Isn't that clear to you?
Not at all.
You're making me angry.
What else is new, lesbians and angry people?
We are not a people.
Jewish lesbians with a double persecution complex. Wait, triple because you're women. Don't you find yourself to be angry most of the time?
I am trying to right wrongs.
Noble.
I have asked the Arts Council for funding because I demand greater representation in the human conversation.
So what you're saying is you're a money-grubbing Jew.
I'm gonna beat the shit out
Okay,
of
don't
you.
get all Israeli on me. Put the gun down, you gay goddess. I'm gay too. We're cut from the same cloth. I love the Jews. I would have died in high school if it wasn't for Trixie Goldstein.
Why are you so fucking hostile?
Okay, I'm just trying to help you. Let's say the Arts Council funds your project. Let's say we cut a big fat check to you and you put up your piece, you get audience, press, a few old ladies show up in a jitney. Let's say we get all behind you.
That would be so lovely.
Yes, but what do you think people will think?